Hello and welcome back to another episode of Bunch of Nuts Podcast. This is Dan. We have our buddy Jason from Indiana today filling in
Sure.
for Cass. Cass is 1-0 as a football coach. It was a resounding, I have the score, a 22-14 victory. Offensive line played great. They were up 22 nothing. They put their three stringers in. They scored some garbage time points. But Cass said the offensive line did great. He's 1-0 as a coach. So shout out Cass. I know
Shout
you're
out
listening.
Cass, baby.
We were supposed to record yesterday. I had a little medical scare this week. I apologize to everyone. I was having basically um, pain back left side, breathing issues. Kind of waited a day to see if it went away. Went to the doctor. X-rays were good. It was just turns out I strained a muscle working out too hard, grinding for football season. But it's take care of your body. But we are officially 9 days away. Happy Ben Victor Day, or I can't even. I gotta go around. Happy Ben Victor Day. Got the Ben Victor jersey on. We also said it was David Boston Day. It's whoever you want to be. Number nine. Jason said it could be Tavion St. Clair Day. But Jason, pleasure to have you on. How you doing?
Oh man, I'm doing great. I'm hyped for the season. I'm ready to watch that opening kickoff. I'll actually be at a golf outing, so I'll be having it on my phone the whole way down, man.
I don't know how you're gonna. You might shoot a 120 with the game on, man. I don't know how I could focus on golf
That's
with.
perfectly fine.
But the big news this week, brother. And by the way, we met Jason. For those wondering, we met Jason on Twitter, like always. We meet everyone on Twitter, but we met Jason last year at the Indiana game. Me, Cass, Blake was there. Great time. Jason, loved him the second I met him because he brought me a Bush light. Like so,
You
if
shoved it in a Dunkin' Donuts cup. I'll never forget that.
because I wasn't trying to get an open container, bro. I'm smart. I'm like, I just threw it in the Dunkin' cup, like they wouldn't be able to tell. And then I'm just drinking the Bush, like we're
It
walking.
really became a Bush latte that day.
It did. But the big news this week, we got a quarterback. It's official. I don't think anyone's surprised, but what are your takeaways on the Julian Sayin announcement, bro?
I think he's a gunslinger, man. I mean, I think if he can take the leadership role like Will Howard took last year, I think we're set. I think Lincoln might be in some goal line situations.
Mhm.
Lincoln's a big dude. Lincoln is a big dude, but Julian's quick. Julian can get that ball out fast. He represents a lot of like C.J. Stroud and Justin Field awareness in the pocket. He can just get that ball out when he feels pressure, and he can really sling it down the field.
Yeah, I agree. He appears to be, people are pulling up clips. He appears to be more mobile than he gets credit for. I think since he's smaller, he doesn't get credit for being like a runner, but he's very quick. And people are posting the highlight against Western Michigan where he ran for a first down. If he does that and could just bring that kind of, athleticism to the game, I think the offense is going to be very dynamic. Obviously, I think everyone's concerned with saying is just his size and durability. He's never been injury prone, so we don't know. I'm not saying, but like I think his size, people worry about that. Can he last a full season in the Big Ten because it's a tough league? I think he'll be okay. I'm not too worried. The offensive line is great. People are also saying, I'll say this: he could be the best quarterback Ryan Day has ever had. And I know that sounds like crazy, but the last two quarterbacks Ryan Day has had that have won the Elite 11, Justin Fields and CJ Stroud. So that's
Oh
good
yeah,
company to be in.
I really think Sain's gonna. I think he if he can lead that command that field like Will Howard did last year, no doubt. No doubt. I think we're gonna be big in the front lines. I think he's gonna have plenty of time to get somebody open, and I don't think he's gonna have any trouble getting anybody open. I mean, when you have Jeremiah Smith, Brandon Ennis, and Carnell Tate, somebody's open.
Do you think, if you had to guess, I mean, do you think he has a favorite receiver to throw to, or do you think is he gonna spread the ball around? Because that's my question. Because like when we saw McCord during the McCord, season. It was everything was to Marv. I think Emeka had, and Emeka was injured, but I think Emeka only had like 600 yards on the year. Like everything was to Marv.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you got to go with Jeremiah Smith if Jeremiah's open or in one-on-one coverage.
Yeah,
But I think Jeremiah Smith, with people seeing how big he gets, how big he's gotten over the offseason, I think dude's going to be a distraction. That's going to leave somebody wide open deep down the field.
I mean, I think Tate is gonna have a monster year. I think he's gonna have a monster game against Texas. He had a pretty good game against Texas in the Cotton Bowl because Jeremiah only had one catch. Tate was kind of the focus point at receiver that like he kind of ate against Texas. I think Max Clare too this year. I think he's gonna.
Max Clare is a beast.
I just don't know how I just don't know how you can guard all four of these guys. And Ennis too. I mean, I think I don't know. Ennis will be interesting to see how he starts. He could be a boomer. He's a boomer bust guy for me. He could have 10 catches or he could have zero. But he's still going to make an impact. He's going to be a great
Oh
blocker.
yeah.
He's going to do the dirty work. It's just um, I don't know how involved he will be when you have Tate, Smith, and Claire. But I think Ennis will get targets, but here
I
or
think
there.
I think another thing that we might have with Hartline is ROC. I think you'll see, and with C.J. Donaldson and James Peoples in the backfield, and oh, wait, let's not forget Bo Jackson's lost his black
Yeah,
stripe,
yeah.
so we have a triple threat running back room now. I think you're going to see some of them get put out for passes. As long as our pass pro's good, I really think that we're going to have five, maybe six players on the field that can really go for it.
And now, like Donaldson's not known as a pass catcher, but like he has flashed at West Virginia. I remember I think he was playing Pitt like 2 or 3 years ago. Is he a 22 or 23? He had a really nice catch. He has 32 career catches, 190 yards, only one touchdown. But I think it's clear. Because we've all been discussing, is this going to be like a Chip Kelly style offense or Ryan? With Julian Sayin starting at quarterback, they're letting it rip. And you could kind of tell in the press conferences too. Ryan Day looks relaxed. I think he's realized, like with this team, this roster, ever since last year, since the Natty run, they gotta let it rip. They gotta like they can't be trying to play tough man football. Not saying you can't be tough, but you can't be playing this a style of football that you're not built to play. When you have the horses, you gotta let the horses go. You gotta let it rip. And I think they made that decision. And I think they're playing to the strength of their team. I think it was a right decision to start saying. We'll see how the Texas game goes, but all in all, I think it makes sense.
Oh, 100%. I really think with saying taking that quarterback role, I really think that they made a really good choice. I watched the spring game. Wish I could have been there in person. Man, that would have
Yeah.
been cool. Um, but I really think Sayin has the arm for it. I mean, he seems like he can traverse the field a lot better with his eyes. He's quick. And him coming from Alabama during Nick Saban's era, Nick Saban doesn't make mistakes.
No, he's Nick Saban's last quarterback recruit too.
Yep, Saban doesn't make mistakes no matter what. We know
And,
that.
and the thing is too, I mean, I think as long as the blocking holds up, because obviously Texas, they have the best linebacker core probably in college football right now. You can make the argument, obviously, Ohio State with Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles, and Caleb Downs basically playing a de facto linebacker role, even though he's listed as a safety. With Simmons coming off the edge, and they obviously have what's his name, Anthony Hill, Jr. They have a really good linebacker core. As long as the offensive line can handle pass protection, I think Texas secondary is pretty thin right now. I think they lost a lot of older guys like Jade Barron, first round pick Makuba to the Eagles. He's balling out. Like they lost a lot of older guys in the secondary. They have Michael Taff, the white boy. I think we can cook them. I really think they're gonna get cooked by um, this passing attack. And Lincoln, I gotta say too, I think he's being a good sport about this. I think The quarterback room is tight this year.
I did watch his press conference about Julian Sayin being announced, and he was like, it's a battle. That's all
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if I win or lose. I'm still going to be here for the team. And he gives me a lot of Devin Brown feelings. Brown kind of stuck it out until he knew that he just wasn't going to get a chance.
Yeah, it's like if you mix like Devin Brown and like Joe Burrow, I would say.
Yeah,
Like
hundred
that's
percent,
that's my comp.
100%. Yeah, I
Like
can totally see it.
like Devin Brown and Joe Burrow had a kid. It's Lincoln. Um, by the way, Devin Brown didn't win the starting job at Cal, which is crazy. They went with that freshman from Hawaii with the crazy name. But I always think of the thing that keeps popping up to me, and I've seen it pop up on Twitter a bunch of times. It's the Menace to Sports clip of Zach Smith going, Devin in 20, I think it was 2022 or 2023. Devin Brown leveled up. Devin Brown's gonna win a Heisman at Ohio State. It's
Yeah,
just the most overhyped clip ever. But it's crazy that he's not gonna be starting for Cal. I thought he was a shoe in to start there.
I really think I really think that he's going to see that. I mean, I think Devin Brown might be the next Braxton Miller, just graduating from a different college. He might have to go play like tight end or wide receiver.
Mm. Yeah, possibly. Or linebacker or something. Yeah, if he's
Yeah.
33, dude.
How do you feel about Caleb Downs playing down to a nickel though?
I love it. I mean, I when we recorded, I want to say in January, February after the Natty, kind of projecting the roster, and like I said, I think he's going to be playing basically linebacker where he is because I think when we went on the run after we Ohio State lost to the Oregon in the first game, they kind of like it took them a little bit, but they kind of changed up the defense because they're playing one high a lot, and that's why those guys are getting deep and everything and torching the corners. They basically moved Hancock, and now people get like very granular. Like they get like, oh well, Hancock is technically the nickel, and then like no, Hancock was playing safety. If you watch the film,
Yep.
he was literally playing on the hash, and then Lathan was basically on the other hash. They were playing like a too high shell almost. With Caleb basically playing linebacker. I think they realized that's probably the most successful defense. At least in the game right now. Now, I'm sure someone's going to find a loophole for it. And we got to be able to stop the run. That's another thing. It could, if our D tackles and D ends can't stop the run, then we're probably going to have to go single high. But um, it's just I think the best people you get on the field, and I said this would be McLean and Hartford. McLean's basically playing Hancock's role. Hartford's basically playing Lathan's role. Because I mean that's how I see both of them. I literally see them as clones of McLean. Reminds me so much of Hancock. Hartford's a big hitter like Lathan, and then the corners like Iggy and Matthews and Sanchez and like Bryce West and now all Aaron Scott. We have tons of depth at corner. So I mean, it just gets Caleb near the ball, and it's genius in my opinion because you get him near the line of scrimmage, he just shoots the gap every time, and he's making tackles for loss, or at least he's impacting the run game so much that he's blowing up drives.
He
Um,
reminds me a lot, like if he plays nickel, he's gonna remind me a lot of like Mike Doss and Sean Taylor.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
gonna
no,
go blow plays up.
absolutely. I pose this question, Jason. I'm playing devil's advocate here because a lot of people are saying going into this season, we have the roster, the horses are ready to go. We play Texas in 9 days. I'm probably gonna go to the game. I'm looking to get a ticket with Blake. Um, my question is, but a lot of people like Paul Finebaum. I'm gonna play this clip real quick. Um, what Paul Finebaum said, because no, everyone's kind of like everyone's doubting Ohio State already this year, which I love it. Like they're getting such disrespect. I'm gonna play this Paul Finebaum clip, and I'm gonna pose a question to you.
Okay.
I want to start with you here. Does Vegas have it wrong? Should Arch and Texas be favored over Ohio State? Where are you on this?
They definitely have it wrong, Molly. And I understand what's going on here. These two teams met in January in the Cotton Bowl, and Texas fell in that game. So, but the teams are different. Quarterback's different at Texas. The quarterback's different at Ohio State. And I don't think Ohio State is what we saw last year winning the national championship. They're good, but I don't think they're elite. Now, Vegas tends to go with home field and with what we know, and what we know is Ohio State won the championship last year. But I think Vegas is completely wrong. I really don't even think this game is going to be close. I'm not trying to screw up viewership for it. It's a big event, one of the biggest games we have seen. But I think Texas's roster is better, and I think Ohio State is going to be hungover from last year with a new quarterback, a new. By the way, two new coordinators as well. Try putting that in the potion and making it work well. It's usually a disaster.
All right. So basically, Paul Finebaum's disrespecting Ohio State, saying they have the Vegas hangover.
As
Not
usual.
Vegas, the national, not the Vegas hang, the national championship. You get hungover if you go to Vegas, but if you go, they have the national championship hangover. Now Caleb Downs, our leader, made him take down the banners and stuff in the Woody, saying, this team hasn't earned anything yet. My question to you about Caleb Downs is, and I'm playing devil's advocate here, could you see him coming back for another year after this year?
100%. If we win the national title, I promise you this: Jeremiah Smith will carry it to his senior year. Caleb Downs is going to come back to try and three-peat, and I could see majority of the roster coming back who are eligible to return.
I think Jeremiah's gone after, obviously not this year. After next year, he's done as a junior, because he's gonna go too high. But Caleb, he's a safety man. I'm not trying, and he's probably the best player in the draft. But depending on team needs, he could, he's projected top 5. But and some NFL teams are stupid. You could go somehow 15th overall. I could see him getting kind of screwed just because of his position isn't as what is it, glorified in the NFL as it is a quarterback or a left tackle.
At least not like it used to be when you had, Bob Sanders, Mike Doss, Troy Polamalu, Ed Reed, all those guys playing.
I could see him. I mean, this year, everyone's saying this isn't the year for Ohio State. Kind of back to Paul Finebaum's point. This is a kind of not a rebuilding year. I get not a rebuilding year, but we lost a lot of talent. Next year's really the year to be excited about, because obviously it's Jeremiah Smith, second year of Julian Sayin, second year of Peoples. The line's going to be even better. But I think I don't know, man. I think we might get Caleb back one more year, man.
I really think we do, especially if we win a national championship again. But my big thing is we sat there, we lost to Michigan last year. Everybody said, "Oh, well, we're gonna play that first game. We're gonna get shut out. Ohio State's gonna be so down." And what did we do? We came out and we blew that 12-team playoff away.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ohio State, the players that are on social media, feed off of the hate, and I think it fuels the fire a lot more. And I think they carry that into the games, and I think that's what caused, Nico's helmets to get cracked. I think that's what caused us to demolish Quinn Ewers in Texas and absolutely make Dylan Gabriel look like he was playing Pee-wee football.
I feel like the playoff run last year unlocked something with this team, if that makes sense. I feel like going into this season, this team's going to be it's not going to be a hangover. It's going to be they're charged up and fired up because they've unlocked what you need to do. They figured it out, and it's okay, we just need to keep replicating this. And I just had another point. I just completely lost my train of thought, bro. I do that.
Yeah, I do too. I think one of our biggest things is, he was talking about the coordinators, right?
Yeah.
How long has Brian Hartline been our wide receiver coach? How long has he been in the offensive scheme? We're not changing coordinators. We're upgrading an assistant offensive coordinator essentially to full offensive coordinator.
Yes. No, and that honestly, that was my point. Thank you, because the people being in the system. That's what I wanted to say because we had so much turnover last year, like not turnover this year because like Jack Sawyer, JTT, Tyleek Williams, Ty Hamilton, the backer, like Cody Simon, Denzel Burke, Hancock, all these guys.
Lathan.
Yeah, Lathan, who just had a pick tonight against the
Oh,
Seahawks.
beautiful pick.
Beautiful, right? Yeah. We had so much turnover because like this year because all those guys came back one more year. But people don't realize what that did, I think, in the pipeline of like our talent. It gave all our other guys an extra year to develop. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
it's yeah, we lost all these guys, but these were seniors and now we have these guys who were supposed to be playing last year who are actually fresh and like they're just as developed. It's not like we're oh, this guy's a true freshman. Like, no, these guys have been ready and they were part of a national championship team, and a lot of them have contributed in a certain way. And we're just kind of we're reloading, but with like guys who are mature, not puppies. They're
Right.
mature, ready to go.
Yeah, for sure. No, like, I remember, seeing Kenyatta Jackson out there, and I'm not gonna kid you. I think Kenyatta Jackson is going to blow it up on the edge.
I
Him, and then
agree.
I think who's the other edge? Is CJ
Um,
Hicks starting?
the edge position is really deep because you got I think it's gonna be Bo Atkinson technically, but like Caden Curry's gonna play a ton. CJ Hicks, we're four deep at the edge. It's beautiful. We could actually have a rotation going.
I was to say it'll be like last year. I mean, we had Kenyatta Jackson, we had JTT out, we had Jack Sawyer out. The guys who are veterans, they get their rest.
Yeah,
So if it
rotate the
really
ends.
comes down to crunch time, they can come back in and they can blow the plays up.
I
100%.
agree. No, I mean we're super deep on the edge. Like deep, like everyone's saying defensive tackle is the one weakness, but like Caden McDonald, from everything I've been hearing and watching, is gonna have an incredible season. He's gonna. I'm not like if he doesn't have if he's not first team All Big Ten, I'm gonna be so disappointed. I think he can have a really dominant like peak Caden McDonald could be like Ndamukong Suh that one season.
Oh yeah.
Like because I'm hearing he's in the backfield every single play at camp, and our offensive line's pretty damn good. Like we like our interior guys like Montgomery and all them.
Austin
Hinzman.
Serveld.
Like we're Tegra, like we're a pretty good offensive line for the most part. And if he's dominating us, he's gonna dominate essentially any other team, I think. And then Edric Houston looks healthy again, which is awesome. I mean, I'm very excited.
Well, didn't Caden McDonald just like have a video go out about him, and they asked him about the offensive line, like who scares him, and he goes, "All of them. We have the best offensive line in college football."
Yeah,
I mean, with the addition of you know, Philip Daniels and what's the other dude's name?
yeah.
Okanoa.
Ethan Onar, the guy from Rice,
Yeah,
he's very scary.
they are some big boys, and I think they're going to be hard to move.
No, I agree. I feel like the lines have good depth for the most part outside of D tackle, but I think our two D tackles, Houston and Caden, are going to be special players.
Oh
So
yeah,
I'm okay. I'm okay with a lack of depth there because like Edric Houston last year, we watched him play as a freshman, and when a guy like that is rotating in as a freshman, at a position like that. Yeah, like it takes a couple of years for like the D tackles and like these defense linemen just to develop. If you're playing as a true freshman, you're going to be a stud. And Caden was obviously just behind two like Tyleek Williams. If you watch any of the preseason Lions games, like I was watching the Falcons tape, him against the Falcons, he had a great game. I mean, he was pushing guys around, drawing holding penalties, something Ohio State never got called, but like in the NFL, they actually call holds. So I'm really excited to see what this team's gonna do in a couple days.
got to get some of them NFL refs in the mix.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts on Texas though? I know because we're going to do the Texas preview next week, but like, do you want to get any thoughts out on Texas while we got you here?
I think everybody's overhyping Arch's last name. he's a Manning, but I don't think he has what Peyton and Eli had in them. I think our biggest weakness against them is going to be how we play at home. And it's at noon. That's going to be our biggest weakness. It's in the middle of the day, which I don't like it. I wish, we've all said this. I wish we had night games, but we're
Yeah, I think the fact that it's a noon game, we're all angry. I think it's going to be an angry crowd, to be honest, for some reason. I feel like we're going to be excited, but we're going to be mad it's noon, so it might honestly help.
I'm
Um,
excited to hear how that new student section sounds.
yeah. Um, I'll say this about Peyton and Eli, great NFL players, but they were better NFL players than college players. I just want to point that out. Like Arch's
Oh, for
game
sure.
could translate Arch's game to the like when he go and plays in the NFL, could be a Hall of Famer, win multiple Super Bowls. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying last time I checked, Eli or Peyton never won a natty in college.
Peyton
No,
did 98, Tennessee.
no, I don't think he was on the roster, dude. I don't think. Yeah, no, he was 97 with his last year. I'm looking
Oh,
at it.
was it? Okay.
Yeah, that was oh, what's his name? Oh, I think he coached at Tennessee. Um, it was like famous quarterback. Oh, I gotta look at 1998 Tennessee quarterback is T Martin. That's who it was.
Okay.
It was a T Martin year because like and now it's crazy because they lost Peyton and they were supposed to kind of not fall off, but like the Peyton era was like, oh, you're supposed to win a natty, and then they won it the year after. Um, yeah, no, they've never won a natty. Like they've come close to winning a Heisman, but they've never won a Heisman. And I know it's so stupid for me to say. It's like, oh, they came so close both times, but like, I'm just saying they've never like, I don't know.
Yeah. You're not
It's a
wrong.
take. It's a take. Arch is going to be a very good player in college. I'm just
Oh, don't
saying.
get me
Yeah.
wrong. I think he's going to be good. I don't think he'll be able to. Oh, I don't think he'll. I think I muted out for a second. I got a call.
No, you're good.
Um, I think one of our biggest issues is definitely going to be Matt Patricia coming in. I think we have to adjust to how he calls defensive plays,
Mhm.
but I'm not too worried about it. Not at all.
My biggest fear with Matt Patricia is that they're just confused like the first couple weeks because I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot getting thrown at these kids. The defense there might be a lot more looks, a lot more details. It does help though when you have Caleb Downs out there. If you have Caleb Downs, a leader, basically a second coach on the field, I think that's huge. But I mean, I will say yes. Matt Patricia, week one against Texas. I am worried that like maybe McLean or Hartford they blow a coverage. I don't think like I'm not worried about Jermaine
I,
Matthews because he pretty held up pretty well last year against Texas, and and I mean they still
I'm,
have Mingo, but they're also on offense. They're turning over a lot of guys.
I'm worried
Um,
about Iggy. Iggy held a lot last year and got called for it.
he did. I think he will level up. I'm not worried about Sanchez, but he's also a freshman. I don't. He could go in and be if he plays. There's a chance he could make a mistake. Um, I,
100%.
that's just the way it is. I mean, I hope he's a stud. I think. I mean, I would be shocked if he played a little safety too. Or I wouldn't be shocked if he played a little nickel, like maybe give Downs a blow or move Downs back
Back to like a free safety.
free safety at times and put Sanchez at the nickel just because I think Sanchez is like going to be the new Downs. If Downs leaves next year, I think Sanchez is going to be that anchor of the defense.
Oh, yeah. I think another person that we haven't even mentioned on defense, Lorenzo Styles.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Lorenzo Styles is a baller. He got a lot of reps last year. I think he will develop really well, especially if let's say let's say Sanchez goes down against Texas. I think Styles will sit in, and Styles is a badass.
I mean, Styles is going to be in like he's going to be so important on special teams. I do love like having Lorenzo in the nickel too at times. I think he's a very good, solid nickel for the most part. Had a lot of good plays and then and then just communication with him and Sonny basically playing almost now depending on what side of what side of the lineup formation he's on, but like they could be next to each other. I love that. I would love like having them communicate next to each other, and then obviously moving downs back to like a free safety rule. There's a lot you can do with this defense, which is like it's awesome.
Yeah, I think we're really flexible on all platforms. I think we're really deep in wide receiver room too. I mean, we always are. That's why we're wide receiver U. Um, I think if St. Clair loses his black stripe within 3 weeks, I think we have a very good depth in quarterback, and we can throw some kinks in the chain and kind of throw some people off guard.
I mean, I'll even say this, like even if St. Clair doesn't lose the black stripe, if Sayin and Lincoln both go down, let's say they're not, there's no way they both go down in the first week game. That would be insane.
No,
But like
that'd be nuts.
if say they go down week 1 and week 2, and it's like okay, I think Ohio State trotting out a 5-star quarterback, second best quarterback in the class. I think we'll be okay. If another team in our conference is doing that and they're saying we're gonna make the playoff, we're gonna beat Ohio, you know what team I'm talking about.
Oh
I
yeah,
I think we'll be okay if that's our third option. So I'm not too worried about that. Jason,
yeah.
we got like 6 minutes here. Um, it's today. It's gonna be week 0 on Saturday. College football's officially back. Which games are you most excited for?
And I really haven't looked at them. I'm definitely gonna have to. Let me pull that up real quick. Actually, I got enough time.
We got. I have the list in front of me. We got. I mean, at the noon's the big one, bro. It's number 17 Kansas State in Ireland versus number 22 Iowa State. Um, at 4 we got UNLV. We got Idaho State at UNLV. We got Fresno State at Kansas at 6:30. Then we got Sam Houston at Western Kentucky at 7, and then finally we got Stanford at Hawaii at 7:30.
Ooh, I'll have to take the Iowa State game. Will be a good one, I think. And
Yeah,
Stanford at Hawaii.
that's I'm excited. I mean, I'm basically excited for all of them except the Western Kentucky one. Um, I'm curious. The UNLV one intrigues me because UNLV is a lot of people's like group of 5 like team that's going to make the playoff this year with Dan Mullen and like Alex Orgy and everyone's saying it's last chance you. Um, that intrigues me, but I think it's going to be a massacre because like they're like Idaho State's just not the same level. I also am excited for Fresno State at Kansas. For some reason, I feel like that game's going to be close. But Kansas, they got Jalen Daniels. I had them last year, Kansas, to make the playoff. Like that was my prediction from the Big 12 because like no one knew how that was going to go. But I think Kansas could be decent. I don't know.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'll definitely keep track on all those games. They all sound, like they could be close. You got guys coming in pregame jitters. You never know. You could have an upset, and you know, I that'll be a tough one to call anybody who would win in a prediction at all.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, everyone's saying Hawaii's the favorite over Stanford. So like, I don't know if Hawaii wins, would you even call that an upset? Because everyone's saying like everyone I'm seeing is like they're predicting Hawaii because it's a home game to beat Stanford. But I don't know. I wish they started that game a little later too. 7:30 doesn't feel right. I feel like they would start that at like 9.
Is it
I
at
would,
like noon Hawaii time?
yeah, yeah. Big noon kickoff Hawaii.
Oh man,
That should
that's
be
crazy.
Fox's solution. If you want to do big noon kickoff, do it in Hawaii time, and then we can
There
get
you
a night
go.
game or something.
There you go. Big noon kickoff for everybody that's in Hawaii and Alaska.
Aloha from Hawaii. It's Gus and Joel. No,
It's just pitch black. You see the shoe lit up. Aloha for big noon kickoff. It's dark behind you. Yeah, we're talking Hawaii time.
big noon Hawaii kickoff.
No, man, I'm ready for Texas. My wife has a painting in the house, and it's of a Highland cow with horns, and I flipped it upside down for this week. So
Oh, I love it. Do you guys send me a picture? You guys
I got you. I
you
got
gotta
you.
post it.
I got you. In this house, we don't cheer for no horns. Horns down, baby.
Horns down, baby.
Horns down.
Um, well, that's all I mean, that's really all I got, bro. You got anything else? Because it's about to kick us off here in like 2 minutes.
No. I think we really wrapped everything up pretty well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Great show, brother. Thank you for coming on. We'll get you on another time too. It was a blast. This week was obviously a weird week with just cast coaching and then me just at the doctors. But thank you so much for everyone for listening to another episode of the Bunch of Nuts podcast. Also check out forevergameday.com. Promo code NUT. You get like 15% off your first shirt. Great shirts. Shout out Forever Game Day. Great friends of ours. But thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Bunch of Nuts podcast, and go Bucks, baby.
Go Bucks.